Alright, here we are, round 3. I cut some longer strips. I'm going to do my first double-sided lamination. It's about 8 inches by 40 or 39 long. Just, cut the rest of the strip where I cut my test coupons. This is the Formula 400. And this is the before sanding, just to show rough, that's how I'm pronouncing it, how the sanding finishes. So this is, unfinished, or unsanded, nice and has a nice sheen to it. And so I'll sand it or I'll sand a section of it and show you guys what I'm doing. So there we go, basically just enough. Take the ink off, but still keep it as level as possible. And I'm using 60 grit on the orbital palm sander. And the other thing I didn't clean this off post sanding last time. And I can see I think I brushed it with my hand, but there's still lots of, lots of little crap on there. So maybe I'll look at Terra Ops' thread real quick and remind myself what he did when he was building his, and then continue on. Alright, so I just skimmed the first couple pages of Terra Ops' thread about this stuff, and I didn't see anything about, cleaning or what the foam after it was sanded. So I'll just continue with, brushing it off best I can by hand. I did run into Ruff talking again about the dog brush for scoring the surface to get better adhesion. And I don't have one on hand, but what I'm going to do is I have just a little, it'll be very labor intensive, but I have a little 90-degree pick tool. And I'll just come and I'll do probably a little bit tighter pattern than this, but and lightly score the surface of probably just, a good 8 inches at the end here, just to check adhesion. And I also saw the comments from Ruff about going down to a 4-inch width instead of this 8-inch width, so it's easier to get it to fail. But cutting this stuff's kind of a pain in the ass, so I think I'm just gonna run with the 8-inch, and I'm sure I can get someone else to stand on it with me or something if I need to get it to break. So yeah, I'll finish sanding. I'll go ahead and sand both sides and scuff up to kind of the adhesion test on one edge here, on both edges, and then take another clip to show how that turned out. Alright, here we are, sanded both sides. Brushed it off until my hands were coming off clean without any more pink dust on them. And then here's the scratching I did. The tip was kind of jumping along the surface and ripping it a little, and I figured that was good. So I left that, and then got similar on the backside. And this is more just a little area, so after I break this or see how strong it is, I can perform another peel test in this section and see how it does. Yeah, I could definitely see the benefit of going to a lower grit. I saw people on a boat forum last night talking about 36 grit floor paper. I'm not exactly sure what floor paper is, but I can figure it out. And I'll have to weight that drop cloth down. Yeah, so I guess I'll mix up some epoxy and get the first guy laminated on, flip it over to the second one, and then I got some bags of mulch hiding over there that I can use to try to get a more even weight. I mean, I know I had bad adhesion last time, apparently. I thought the parts that were adhered pretty well, but overall the contact was definitely poor. But I think that was because my 2x10 had a nice curve to it. So going with the mulch bags should be a little more even pressure. So I'll get some epoxy whipped up here. Not sure. I think I'll start with 200 grams. See where that gets me. Because last time I was doing 8-inch by 8-inch or 8.5 by 8.5, I mixed up 50 or 60 grams at the end. And that was probably just about right if I would have used it all. So maybe I'll extrapolate out real fast and figure out how much that is. It's like 4 times that, just about. So we'll set up, I guess we'll do about 250, 260 grams and see where that gets me. Alrighty, check back in a bit. Alright, well, I kind of got to work in there and didn't want to stop and deglove and pick up the camera. Should have just, really got to get a tripod like I keep saying. 125 grams per side. I don't know, you know, it'd be nice to convert that into some sort of grams of epoxy per square meter so I can keep it consistent. But that was definitely a lot. That was definitely overkill. You know, it was enough that there was a standing a standing pool on each side. And then, yeah, I was able to massage these bags on there a lot better. Or, you know, feel like I'm getting a lot better pressure, surface, like more even contact across the whole thing. So that's good. And yeah, can't really see in there, but both sides are done. And it should be good. Wait for another test. I'm really interested to see how the scoring, that light surface scoring, affects the peel strength. Because I know Ruff had talked about, you know, using a dog brush to achieve the similar effect. So here we go. Wait for a couple more days and see how it comes out. All right. See ya.